royalties, welcome back to Royal Glow, the space we are talking about women and Black women with kindness and respect, please. I'm Lily, and today we are going to talk about a very public figure who received and still receive a lot of hate from women and British media. Yes, Meghan Markle, aka Meghan Sussex, one of the most talked about women in the 21st century and probably the most hated one in UK right now. To some, she represents modern woman, she represents courage, admiration, and to others, she represents disruption, controversy, narcissism, and also manipulation. But beyond all the headlines, all the hashtags, and the monarchy, who is really Meghan? What happened between her and the monarchy? And also what made her leave? Like all of that, what made her leave? That's all the questions we will try to answer to. Is not a defense and absolutely not a takedown. The purpose here is to actually show you how the society responds when a woman, especially a woman of color, decide to stand for herself, choose herself, and also not accept the, what can I say? Not accept the story, okay? Not accept to live the story others design for her. That's the purpose here. And before we start, please, guys, make sure to like, to comment, and also to subscribe, because all the actions you are doing help us to grow and also grow our platform. Thank you very much in advance. Let's start. Before the crown and before all the media attention, Meghan was building her life in her own terms. She was raised by her mother, and she has a double major in theater and also in international studies. Her acting career was not a one-night success because she had audition, rejections, and also side roles. And then she got the Rachel Zane role in the series Suits for 7 seasons, and that's where I actually discovered her, and that's her most well-known role. But acting is not the only part of her identity, because she also launched a lifestyle blog where she's focused on wellness, travel, food, and also self-reflection. And she also worked with United Nations and World Vision. So by the time she met Harry, she was an independent woman financially, and she was also a publicly vocal. So she positioning herself not only as an actress but also as an advocate. And in the other hand, the crown, the monarchy, the institution, the royal family, for decades, they design an image of what a royal woman should be. She should be quiet, she should be elegant, she should be respectful, of course, and also, most of all, she should be discreet. Think about it. You have Princess Diana, who they start to love when she died, sadly. You have Catherine Middleton, and also the late Queen Elizabeth too. Okay, and you have Meghan. She's outspoken, she's biracial, she's divorced, and she's an American actress. So, long story short, she's not fitting in. She's not fitting in the royal family because she did not have that image. For some people, because Meghan is not fitting in the traditional role of what a royal woman should be, because she seems too bold, too ambitious, too modern. by the time she entered the royal family, she didn't just marry a prince, she also married an institution built on hierarchy, built on restraint, and also built with tradition. At first, the world seems enchanted because she was biracial, American, actress, and also divorced, and and she was also outspoken. And for many, Meghan was the modern part of the royal family, catching up finally with the real world. And the thing is, symbols come with expectations. And from the beginning, Meghan was judged differently. Her tone, her voice, her choice, her moves, her silence, and even her body and also her body language. Everything was judged. Everything was criticizing. Tabloid comparison between her and Catherine Middleton became relentless. Like, you can't breathe. Okay, you can't breathe. And similar actions was praised in one hand, and in another, she was like criticized, and media she was criticized. And that's the problem, because media have power, and British media choose to use that power to bully and harass that woman since day one. Like, since day one until now, she's harassed and she's also bullied by the British media. Okay, so they are criticizing everything. Since the day one, nothing changed. Maybe now they're worse, maybe they are worse, but nothing changed, because they are still judging her choices, her voices, her voice, her choices. And also they are judging her as a human being. They are saying that painted her as, a bully, a diva, and also difficult to work with. Yeah, she's difficult as a person without even knowing her, but she's difficult as a person, self-centered, and all that stuff. These portrayals may influence how people saw her at the time and still see her now, because for people who rely on traditional sources to have informations, the headlines became clear, and still clear now. Like, Catherine Middleton is the good princess, the right one, and Meghan is the troublemaker. But is it fair? Is it really fair, or we still are in the endless narrative of the white woman is the perfect one and the woman of color is like the troublemaker, like the competition between a white woman and a color one? The power of media is to make you believe that something is true, okay, but it's wrong, by using fake news, gaslighting, false narrative. And that's actually what Meghan lived in the royal family, and during her time in the royal family, and after her time in the royal family. UK media are using fake news, gaslighting, and false narrative to paint her as evil, as a bad person, as a bad mom, as a bad wife, as a bad entrepreneur, as a bad everything. Like, she's a very not good person. Okay, that's the kind of things the media can do when they want to destroy you for no reason, actually, because a woman who speaks out, defends herself and others, challenges powerful institution, I think that's the problem here, because she spoke out for herself. She wanted to defend herself by her time in the royal family and speak about the fact that she was mistreated. She received a lot of mistreatment from the royal family. She wanted to share her feelings. Okay. She wanted to share how she was feeling in that family.
Because not many people have asked if I'm okay, but it's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes.
And the answer is, would it be fair to say not really okay? As in, it's really been a struggle.
Yes.
People saw her as like manipulative, but she's a human, and she was pregnant at time. She was fearing for her life.
You are making people want to kill me. It's not just a tabloid. It's not just some story. You are making me scared. Right? And like that night, to be up and down in the middle of the night, looking down my hallway, like, are we safe? Are the doors locked? Is security on? Is everything? That's real. Are my babies safe? And you've created it for what? Because you're bored, or because it sells your papers?
People are mad because she was defending herself as a human being. She has the right to defend herself. But the thing is, the rule number one in the royal family is to stay quiet. Never speak out, never complain. That's the thing. But Meghan was actually vocal before the royal family. She tried to follow the rule, but did not work as well. Like, and in a culture where women are expected to be quiet and also not cause trouble, Meghan caused a lot of trouble for a lot of people. Like, but the thing is, the confidence Meghan started to get, because she was confident before, and then she regained her confidence, and it started to be seen as arrogance, self-centered. But that wasn't the case, because the very weird and strange things is, when it's a white woman, she will be praised for that. She will be praised for standing for herself, for speaking out for herself and others, and maybe receive a standing ovation, because people will be like, oh, that's good for her, go girl. But what is a woman of color, in that case, is Meghan. She's receiving a lot of hate, a lot of dislike. Why? Because she's qualified as narcissist, as manipulative, as self-centered, as too much, or gold digger. For speaking out. Like, for speaking out. That's the problem, because always that double standard comes out when it's about a white woman, and the comparison is about a white woman and a woman of color. That's the thing. And just to clear the air, the problem here is not the double standard. The problem here is the race, and it's always gonna be the case. Whatever those women, whatever those people, whatever the UK media are saying, she's received that much hate, that much dislike, because she's not white. That's the problem. And that's the case. And as the first biracial, I'm saying the first biracial because I know that there is the Queen Charlotte, but Queen Charlotte, we don't know if she was actually fully black or she was mixed. We don't really know. So I'm saying now, in the modern world, as the first biracial woman of the royal family, in the royal family, Meghan faced challenges the others did not, because they were white. Okay? And some of the critiques she received, unfortunately, are the product of racism. Because never forget that the UK was built on racism principle, on racism principles. And the royal family also was built on that same principle. The royal family was also built with the same racism dynamic. That's the uncomfortable truth the UK media do not want to talk about, and some people do not want to hear. But that's the truth. The royal family is racist. Like, I'm sorry, but the comment on the skin color of a child, we know, like, it's not a secret. We know. So just say it. Just deliver yourself. Deliver the message. We know it. But that's weird because they still don't want to speak about it. Like, they're saying, oh no, the problem is Meghan. Oh no. No, that's her skin color. Meghan faced that much hate because she was not white. We know that. People know that. The media know that. The royal family know that because they were also linking a lot of stories, false narrative, and her family know that, like the side of her father. Everyone knows that. She wasn't white. She wasn't the good color. She didn't have the good color. And also, let's be honest. Like, let's be really honest. All that hate, like, a part of the hate is because of her skin color, of course. But I guess, like, those women, like, a part of those women who hate her or dislike her, are also jealous. Like, that's the dislike feeling or the hate come from a very personal place, like the jealousy, the resentment, and the feeling that she has it all. Because, please, as a woman of color, how dare you has it all? How dare you, as a woman of color, how dare you marry the prince? Like, in the UK, the country built on the racist principles, how dare you marry a prince, a white one of the royal family? Like, how dare you want to make the difference by working? Like, how dare you want to work as a royal? Okay? How dare you taking my money as a taxpayer in the royal family? Like, how dare you has it all? Because she is actually wanting to work. She is actually wanting to make a difference with the power of the royal family. She wants to make a difference. And you can see that when she was working in the royal family, all the stuff she did by the time are still, like, working nowadays. So the work was working, like, the girl was working. Okay. So by, with all of that, a lot of dislike come from the fact that she has it all. But she's a woman of color. So she should not have that right, you know? And she was not like the other one, because the difference, you could see the difference between her and the others. Like, she wanted to work and she put it at work. And the others didn't really want to work that much, despite the fact that they were in the royal family since a very, very long time. They didn't want to work like that, you know. So it was a very competitive time, because you have, in the one hand, someone who do not want to work, like, she doesn't want to work. She was sick all the time. Not even her, but also others. Was sick all the time, was tired all the time. And when they trying to do something, was just waving and smiling. Like, I mean, That's all you're giving for eating taxpayers' money. But in the other hand, you have a woman of color who always worked in her life, came in the royal family for a very short time and was actually making the difference in a very short time. And that was also the problem. And I think that was why a lot of people was pissed. Like, she was pissing a lot of people off for making the difference in a very short time. Okay. So people can be offended by that fact, and also, the fact that they are seeing her as ungrateful and also as overprivileged. But the thing is, how can she be overprivileged? Because she worked all her life. She worked all her life. Like, everything she has before the royal family, she worked for it. Like, how can you be like overprivileged? Because again, are these critics fair? Because again, before the royal family, she was already accomplished and educated woman. She was earning her own money. She worked for her own money. She was earning her own money, and she was also paying her own taxes to the country she was living in. Like, why? Why are you qualifying her as ungrateful or overprivileged when the people you should talk about, like, the people you should talk about are in the palace, okay? Because the real overprivileged people the media should talk about are in the palace. They are not working, okay? They are always on holidays, okay? And they're also enjoying like taxpayers' money by doing nothing, because we don't see the schools, we don't see the hospitals, we see nothing. They are living in the luxury, and people are living in the hoods, like in the streets. And where they're coming out, they're like, like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? Why are you waving? Are your hand are paying my bills? Like, and you are angry about a woman who was willing to work and put at work and make the difference. That's your problem. Okay. Because the thing is, after living the royal family, because she left because of the mistreatment, of course, and the fact that a lot of people were saying that she was a gold digger and all of that stuff, but she left. She finally left because that's why they wanted, finally, by harassing her and bullying her inside and out the royal family. That was the thing. She left.
But I do think that I would never want someone else to feel that way. And I would never want someone else to be making those sort of plans. And I would never want someone else to not be believed. So if me voicing what I have overcome will save someone, or asks or encourage someone in their life to really genuinely check in on them and not assume that the appearance is good so everything's okay, then that's worth it.
Okay. So because she wanted to work in the royal family, they didn't want that for her. They disrespect her in really, like, in many ways. I guess they disrespected her in many ways. So she said, okay, I'm going to work for myself and also in my own money like before. So she signed a lot of deals with major media like Netflix, Spotify, and also some publishers. Meghan returned to speak a lot of also without royal restraint.
Probably it was different several years ago, where I couldn't be as vocal and I had renewed pantyhose all the time. Let's be honest, that was not very myself. I hadn't seen.
Has a podcast now where she is speaking about identity and women, and also about womanhood, motherhood, and also miscarriage and mental health. And that's a good thing. And now the critics are questioning her motives. Like, why is she doing that? Or why this? Why that? Like, she's not in the royal family anymore. Why are you questioning her motives? She's not in the royal family anymore. She left the royal family to be free to do whatever she want to do for work. Okay? She wanted to have her voice, and she's doing that. She's building her own empire, and you're questioning her motives. Like, how? Why? Because you're not questioning the motives of the royal family or the people in the royal family who are not working, always on holidays, doing not that much, always sick. They are always sick. Every day is a new illness. Like, why? Like, that's those people in the palace you should talk about. Okay, because how, as a normal journalist, how in the world can you sit down and speak about and criticize a woman who is working for herself, earning her own money, okay, and paying her tax? How in the earth a normal journalist can do that? How delulu are you to do that? Like, how unethical is that? Because the real, like, gold digger are in the palace, not working, using people money, like taxpayers' money, and growing their heritage with taxpayers' money, by the way. That's the people you should talk about, because that's your royal family. Because they are not interesting enough, you're not talking about them to cover them also. That's the people you actually have to talk about. Because what is the excuse? Always the excuse is, oh, they're ill, oh, they're tired, oh, they're sick. No. Like, no. The UK media always feel the need to, like, punch, okay, to trash a woman of color all the time. And that woman who left, she left for all the things the UK media and also other people were saying she was in the family for. She wasn't a gold digger. She was there because of her husband. Okay. She left for all of that. She left all of that. She walked away and reclaimed her life, her freedom, her privacy. Okay. And British media still judging. They're judging her choice again, every sentences, every choices, every moves, and also her motherhood. They are questioning if she gave birth or if she's a real mother. Or, are you okay? Or are you okay in your life? But the thing is, because they are speaking a lot of, like, a lot of stuff about her, because they are speaking a lot about her. Perhaps that's why she remains so polarizing, because without her, they can't have a topic to talk about. They won't have a life without her. Without her, they won't have a pay, because she is their paycheck, because she brings them a lot of money at the end of the month. Okay. And as a non-royal, they're speaking about her because as a non-royal, she is more bankable than the actual royal family. That's it. She is their cash machine. That's it. And the others are not interesting enough for them to talk about, because nothing is happening. We asked question in the beginning. So the thing is, why she left? We know why she left. The racism, the harassment, and also the mistreatment, the bullying. She left for all of that because she didn't feel safe in the country. She supposed to live with her family and her husband, also her husband and her children. She didn't feel safe there. And she left because of the mistreatment in her family-in-law. So all of that we know, okay? But now, who is really Meghan? There is no a single answer, okay? Because she's a human being. She's not a villain. She's not a savior. She's just a human being trying to be happy in her life as a mom, as a woman, as and also as a wife, and to be fulfilled in her professional life. Okay, so she also is she's making happy a lot of people, because she's also a cash machine for a lot of people, the publishers, the UK media, and also for the major media she signed with. Like, she's working to have that money, and they're giving her the opportunity to work also, and they also have the money she's bringing in. Like, you know, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Not with the British media and all that people, all that fake journalists, because there is fake journalism, a lot of fake journalism, pretending to do an article and to destroy a woman because you are not feeling good with yourself. That's not actually a journalism. Like, that's pathetic. That's really sad, and you are really pathetic. Like, period. Yeah, you are sad in your life for doing that. Okay, instead of reporting the real stuff, you're just trying to trash a woman who's trying to be happy in her life, like every single people in this world. That's okay. That's okay, because she's also a mirror. She's reflecting in your face everything you wanted to have, but you're never gonna have. And she's also reflecting you everything you wanted to do, but never gonna do or have the chance to do. Okay. So, also, whether you love her, hate her, or feeling somewhere in between, she's the mirror of your own, like, pathetic life and reality. Okay, because as a woman of color, she's showing you that as a woman of color, she can have it all. She has it all, and she's enjoying it, because you were enjoying, like, the misery, the mistreatment, and the bad, like, maybe press she was having in the past. And now she's happy. You're not enjoying it anymore, because she's happy. She's actually happy. She's working, earning her own money. You're not happy because she has it all. As a woman of color, she has it all, and you're not happy with that. And that's really sad, because it means that you are sad and pathetic, and actually pathetic in your life, in your own life, as a journalist or not. Because still, you're a journalist, yes, but you're still a human being, and you also have feelings, and you're not neutral at all. Okay, so here is the thing. Before the royal family, she has control of her life. Between the royal family, she lost it. She was mistreated. She was bullied, harassed, and also she endured bad treatment in the royal family, and also out the royal family. And also, because of her skin color, she received a lot of hate. Okay, so after the royal family, because she said, stop, enough is enough, stop, I'm not gonna live that anymore. And after the royal family, she regained her freedom, her privacy, and she flourished. And now she's living as an entrepreneur, a wife, and a mom. She's happy in her life, and people are mad because of that. Like, because she's happy, people are mad about that. So whatever. So whether the history views her as kindly or critically, Meghan changed the royal family forever, and maybe that's in itself is the power. Like, that's in itself is power, because she changed things. Yes. So, coming at the end of this episode, I hope you enjoy it, because I did. Yes, I did. I actually quite like to speak about public figure or what is happening, how the society treats people, especially women when they are doing like not great things, but when they are being themselves. So I quite liked it. So I hope you also liked it. So if you enjoy it, if you're not, just to support us, please like, comment, and also subscribe. This episode wasn't just about Meghan, okay? It wasn't just to talk about Meghan. The purpose here was to illustrate how the society treat a woman, especially a woman of color, when she decides to stand for herself and choose herself, okay? It was to illustrate the hate she can actually have and receive when she is choosing to not live the life others design for her. And because she's a public figure, so we are taking that example, but as a personal person in the private sphere, maybe you lived the same thing or you're still living that situation too. So let us know in comment if you live the same thing or is living the same thing. And maybe if you were in her place, what would you do? Would you stay with all of the luxury, or would you go as she did and build your life in your own terms? Let us know what you think. And until next time, take care, guys.
All things to be talking about for Time 100. Let's talk about flower sprinkles. Because I think it speaks to the tiny moments of joy that are so effortless and just create a little bit of magic that we're all craving in our every